Listen, right now, somewhere in the world, there's a player sitting on the bench wondering why they're not starting. And the brutal truth? They're probably playing the wrong position. You could have the talent of Mbappe, but if you're stuck at center back when you should be flying down the wing, you're finished before you even start. I'm about to show you exactly how to find your perfect position on the pitch. And trust me, this could completely change your football career. Because here's what nobody tells you. The difference between an average player and someone who dominates every single match isn't always talent. It's playing where your natural abilities actually shine. De Bruyne tried playing as a winger early in his career. Looked average. Moved to midfield. Became world-class. Same player. Different position. Everything changed. So if you've ever felt like you're working twice as hard as everyone else, but getting half the results, stick with me. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where you belong on that pitch. Let's start with the most important thing that nobody wants to hear. Your body type matters. Massively. And pretending it doesn't is like pretending you can dunk a basketball when you're 1.65 meters tall. You might do it once, but you'll never make a career out of it. If you're short and stocky, built like a tank with a low center of gravity, you're not going to be the next Virgil van Dijk. But you know what? You could absolutely be the next N'Golo Kante. If you're tall and lean, maybe center back is calling your name. If you're rapid but slight, the wings are waiting for you. Here's how to actually assess this properly. Stand in front of a mirror. Be honest. Are you naturally muscular, or are you built like a marathon runner? Can you win physical battles, or do you get bounced off the ball? Are you quick over 5 meters, or are you more of a long-distance engine? Write this down, because we're building your profile right now. Physical type, speed type, build type. This is your foundation. Now let's talk about something that actually separates good players from great ones in any position. Your football intelligence. And no, I'm not talking about your grades in school. I'm talking about whether you see things before they happen on the pitch. Here's a test. When you watch a match, where do your eyes go? Are you watching the ball like everyone else? Or are you watching the space, the runs, the positioning? Players with high football IQ don't just react. They predict. They're always 2 passes ahead in their mind. If you find yourself shouting at the TV because you saw the pass 5 seconds before the player made it, congratulations. You've got the vision for a creative role. Attacking midfield, deep-lying playmaker. These positions need that chess player mentality. But if you're more instinctive, if you just feel where danger is coming from without thinking about it, you might be a natural defender. The best center backs don't overthink. They sense danger and react. It's like a sixth sense. And here's something crucial that'll save you years of frustration. Your mental game determines your position just as much as your physical attributes. Can you handle pressure? And I mean serious pressure. Because if you panic when things get intense, you cannot play in central positions. You just can't. Central midfielders touch the ball 80 to 100 times a game. One mistake and the entire stadium sees it. If that thought terrifies you, play wide. Nothing wrong with that. Wing players can have a quiet game and nobody really notices. Are you confident or are you nervous? Strikers need that arrogance. That belief that they'll score even after missing 3 chances. If you're the type who gets in your own head after one mistake, striker isn't your position. But you might be perfect for a position where consistency matters more than moments of brilliance. Let's get specific now. Let's break down every position and what you actually need to play there at high level. Starting with goalkeeper, because someone's got to do it. And honestly, if you're naturally gifted here, you've got the easiest path to professional football. There's always a shortage of quality keepers. You need to be at least 1.85 meters tall. Anything shorter, and you're fighting an uphill battle. You need quick reactions, obviously. But more importantly, you need to be slightly crazy. The best keepers have this fearless mentality where they'll dive at someone's feet without thinking about the consequences. If you're brave, got good hands, and you're tall, this could be your golden ticket. Right, let's move to defense. Fullbacks first, because this position has evolved so much in the last 10 years. It's basically a different role now. Modern fullbacks are basically wingers who defend. You need serious stamina because you're covering the entire length of the pitch for 90 minutes. If you can run a 5-kilometer in under 23 minutes, you've got the engine. You need pace to recover when you get caught forward. You need decent crossing ability. And here's the thing nobody tells you about fullbacks. You need to love the grind. This isn't a glamorous position. You make a perfect tackle, nobody cares. You make one mistake, everyone remembers. But if you're someone who takes pride in doing the dirty work, who gets satisfaction from shutting down the opposition's best attacker, this position will suit your mentality perfectly. Center backs are different. This is where the Giants play. If you're over 1.85 meters, strong in the air, and you can read the game well, this might be your home. But height alone isn't enough anymore. Modern center backs need to be comfortable on the ball. Can you play a 30-meter pass accurately under pressure? Can you carry the ball out from the back? If you're tall, strong, calm under pressure, and you got decent feet, center back could make you look like a hero every week. Here's a test for center backs. When attackers run at you, what's your first instinct? If it's to stand your ground and show them away from goal, you're a natural. If your instinct is to dive in and try to nick the ball, you're probably better suited to midfield where that aggression is actually useful. Now we get to the engine room. Central midfield. This is the most varied position on the pitch because there are so many different types of midfielder. Defensive midfielders need to be absolute dogs. You're basically a center back who can run. You need positional sense, you need to love tackling, and you need to be comfortable breaking up play. If you're the type who gets satisfaction from stopping an attack before it even starts, this is your calling. You need good stamina, obviously, but more than that, you need tactical discipline. Can you stick to your position even when your team is losing and everything in you wants to push forward? If the answer is yes, you might be the next Rodri. Box-to-box midfielders are different animals. These are the complete players. You need the stamina of a fullback, the tackling of a defensive mid, and the attacking instinct of a forward. If you can run for days, if you love getting involved in everything, and if you score one week and make a goal line clearance the next, this is probably where you belong. Here's the reality check though. This is the hardest position to play at a high level because you need to be good at everything. No weaknesses. If you've got any major flaws in your game, they'll get exposed here. Attacking midfielders are the artists. This is where the magic happens. You need vision, creativity, technical ability, and that bit of arrogance that makes you want the ball in tight spaces. If you're the player who always wants it to feet, who sees passes others don't, who can unlock a defense with one moment of brilliance, this is your position. But here's what you really need for attacking midfield that nobody talks about. You need to be able to handle failure. You're going to try things that don't work. A lot. Your pass completion rate will be lower than everyone else's. You'll lose the ball in dangerous areas, and you need to be okay with that, because the one pass that does work, the one dribble that does come off, wins matches. If you're creative, but you get discouraged easily, you'll hate playing as a number 10. You need thick skin and unshakable confidence. Wingers are where the excitement lives. This is for the speedsters. If you can hit 35 kilometers per hour in a sprint, if you're quick over the first few meters, if you love running at defenders and making them look stupid, the wing is calling your name. You need good close control because you'll be isolated one-on-one constantly. You need the confidence to take players on even after they've stopped you 5 times. And you need end product, goals or assists, because if you're just running fast and losing the ball, you're not a winger. You're just fast. Here's a test for wingers. When you get the ball wide with space to run into, what's your first thought? If it's excitement, if you immediately want to attack that space and take on your defender, you're a natural winger. If your first thought is to pass it backwards to keep possession, you're not. And finally, strikers, the goal scorers, the heroes, the players who get all the glory and all the blame. You need to be selfish, not in a bad way, but you need that striker's instinct where if there's a chance to shoot, you're shooting. You're not passing, even if your teammate is in a better position. That sounds terrible, but it's what separates good strikers from average ones. The belief that you'll score no matter what. You need positioning. The best strikers are always in the right place at the right time. Not because they're lucky, but because they understand space and timing. You need to be clinical. If you get 3 chances in a game, you need to score at least 1. Miss them all, and you're getting hooked. And here's the mental side. You need a short memory. Miss a chance? Forget it. Immediately. The next one's going in. If you're the type who dwells on mistakes, striker will destroy your confidence. Now here's where this gets really practical. How do you actually test which position suits you? Get a mate or coach to time your sprints. Can you hit 100 meters in under 13 seconds? You got pace for wide positions. Under 12 seconds? You're rapid. Use it. Anything over 14 seconds and you're better suited to central positions where intelligence matters more than raw speed. Test your stamina properly. Can you run 5 kilometers without stopping? What's your time? Under 23 minutes means you've got the engine for box-to-box or fullback. Over 27 minutes and you're better in positions where you don't need to cover as much ground. Center back, striker, attacking mid. Practice your weak foot. Seriously, spend a week only using your weak foot in training. If you can't do basic things with your weak foot, you can't play centrally. Central players need to use both feet. It's non-negotiable. Here's something most players never do, but absolutely should. Film yourself playing. Watch it back, not to admire your goals, to analyze your positioning. Where are you when your team has the ball? Are you making runs? Are you finding space? Are you hiding? Where are you when the opposition has the ball? Are you tracking runners? Are you watching space? Are you ball watching? The camera doesn't lie, and you'll spot patterns in your play that you never noticed before. Try playing different positions in training. Actually try them. Don't just say you're a striker and refuse to play anywhere else. You might discover you're incredible at something you never considered. Some of the best defensive midfielders in the world started as center backs. Some of the best wingers started as strikers. You don't know until you try. And here's something that could genuinely change everything for you. Talk to your coach. Ask them honestly where they think you'd be most effective. Coaches see things you don't. They watch you every training session. They know your strengths and weaknesses better than you do. But don't just accept their answer blindly. Ask why. Make them explain their reasoning. Understanding why you suit a position helps you develop the right skills. Let's talk about something that trips up so many young players. Trying to copy your favorite player. You love Haaland, so you want to be a striker. You love Salah, so you want to play right wing. But you're 1.70 meters tall and not particularly quick. Stop copying players and start understanding what makes them successful in their positions. Then ask yourself honestly if you have those attributes. Haaland is 1.94 meters, rapid, and physically dominant. If that's not you, you can't play his style. But you might be able to play like Aguero did. Different type of striker, still world class. Find players who have similar attributes to you and study how they play. That's your blueprint, not the player you wish you were like. The player you're actually similar to. Here's a harsh truth. Sometimes your perfect position isn't the one you want to play. You might dream of being a striker, but you're actually built to be a defensive midfielder. And that's okay, because playing the right position at a high level beats playing the wrong position at an average level every single time. The best feeling in football isn't playing your favorite position. It's dominating games. And you'll only dominate when you're playing where your natural abilities shine. Let's talk about what to do when you've identified your position. Now the real work starts, because knowing your position is useless if you don't develop the specific skills that position needs. Make a list of the top 3 players in your position. Watch full matches of them playing, not highlights. Full 90-minute games. Watch where they position themselves. Watch their body shape when they receive the ball. Watch how they move off the ball. Watch their defensive work rate. Then copy it in training, in matches. Start moving like them, positioning yourself like them, making the same runs. It feels weird at first, but this is how you develop positional intelligence. Practice the specific technical skills your position needs. If you're fullback, cross 50 balls after every training session. If you're a defensive midfielder, practice your first touch under pressure. If you're a striker, stay behind after training and work on your finishing. Don't just train generally. Train specifically for your position. Work on your biggest weakness, because that weakness will define your ceiling. You might be a rapid winger, but if you can't cross the ball accurately, you'll never play at a high level. You might be a talented playmaker, but if you can't tackle, you'll be a liability defensively. Identify your weakness and attack it relentlessly. Here's something that separates professional players from everyone else. They master the basics of their position so completely that they can do them under any pressure. An average midfielder can pass well when they've got time. A professional midfielder can pass perfectly when they've got 3 players closing them down. Master the basics. then master them under pressure, then master them when you're exhausted. That's how you become elite. And finally, be patient with yourself. Finding your perfect position might take time. You might try 3 or 4 different roles before you find the one where everything clicks. That's normal. Some of the best players in the world didn't settle into their best position until their early 20s. What matters is that you're actively trying to figure it out. You're experimenting. You're learning. You're developing. That process is what creates great players. So here's what you're going to do after watching this video. You're going to honestly assess your physical attributes, your mental strengths, and your technical abilities. You're going to try playing different positions. You're going to ask your coaches for feedback. You're going to film yourself and watch it back analytically. And you're going to find your perfect position, the one where your natural talents shine, the one where you don't have to fight against your own limitations, the one where you can actually dominate. Because once you find that position, once you're playing where you're supposed to play, everything changes. You're faster, you're stronger, you're smarter, not because you improved overnight, but because you're finally playing where your abilities actually matter. That's when football becomes easy. That's when you go from working twice as hard for half the results to working smart and getting everything you deserve. Find your position, master it, dominate it. That's how you make it in this game.